because it's the availability of the internet that people scare everybody. We just had a cruise ship that was hit by like a rogue wave. Rogue wave is a real deal. I mean, you can get these big waves out of nowhere and they come and hit your ship and make you list to one side, tilt to one side or whatever. But it doesn't happen much. And the ships now can really, they can handle it. But if imagine being a first time person or a person thinking about going on a cruise for the first time, and you see something like that, and that could be scary. And I go back to like crime. You know, is crime up? Is it down? A lot of places, it's really down from 10 years ago. It's down. But because of social media, like I'm from Detroit, and my brother who lives in Wichita, Kansas, he'll see a story from Detroit. But for him, he thinks like Wichita is like, hey man, it's getting bad. I'm seeing all these crimes. Well, I'm not going to even get into what kind of crimes, but crimes from all over but he's seeing it from all over the country. And that's social media. That's not like the local news. Give me my local news. I want to know what's going on in the country, but what happens in California really doesn't concern me. It does if it becomes a trend, but it doesn't concern me. But if I'm hearing the major crimes in California, in Nevada, in Florida, in Texas, in my head, I'm thinking, man, people are going crazy. And it's not that way. Let's put that into the cruising community. You hear stories. Everybody has an opinion. I love MSC. When I go on like YouTube to watch videos about MSC, it's starting to change, but they used to bash MSC left and right. I mean, it was the worst cruise line ever made until I went on one. And then I realized, it's not that bad. Margaritaville at Sea Islander bashed it left and right. And they did when I went on an inaugural cruise. It was bad. But I didn't really bash them because some of the things could be corrected. It didn't make it a bad cruise or a cruise line. They had problems on that cruise. And there's a difference as far as having problems. So let me go down here. Let's see. I'm missing some people. I saw some people coming in the chat, so I just want to now acknowledge them. Marjorie, I will vote for you if you take me on your cruise this weekend. If I can guarantee your vote, you come on down. I mean, I do believe in bribing people, Marjorie. Q, I don't know why the Titanic comes to mind when I think about being safer now. That I did. I saw a funny joke. I go to a channel that it has, I think it's Reels. It might be Instagram or something, where they had dark humor, and they had something about the Titanic, and I was thinking about the Titanic soon or recently too. Dark Fame, welcome in. Appreciate you being in here. Controversial sales bill. Controversy sales bills. It's sad, but it's true. It does. Fear sells. Fear sells. If right now, if I told you how bad an experience you can get on a cruise ship and being sick and seasickness and all this other stuff. Oh, by the way, if you click on the link in my ad, you can buy some medicine for it. My goal is to make you afraid. You know? Now, I don't want to scare you off of cruising, so I can't say crime is running rampant. Oh, no, here's a lock for you. But they are kind of doing that. I mean, they're coming up with these locks to put on your door to make sure nobody comes into your room. And I mean, does it happen? I guess it could, but it really doesn't happen. Some of the employees doing things, setting cameras up and whatever. There's 90 million people cruising, and you tell me one story. That's not a crime wave. That's not a crime wave. That's a crime happened. It's not a crime wave. When you're on a cruise, there's no place to run. A thief, there's really no place to run. Can you find somebody's card and try to use it. Yes. Personally, I don't know anybody that has done that. Now, I have seen where like waiters and waitresses take an order, they don't take your card, they run it, they might get it confused, they might put somebody else's drink on your account or something like that. But you go down to guest services and they take it off. I didn't order that. Okay, no problem. I haven't run into where there was like this mass, you know, number of people that are trying to steal from people on a cruise ship. I don't take a lot of jewelry. You know, I don't. I will, like if I have my laptop or my phone or whatever, and I have to go to the restroom, I leave it sitting right there. I leave it sitting right there, mostly so I don't lose my seat. But I leave it sitting right there. Never have I had my my stuff stolen. I've lost it. Like I would take out my camera, which I had to buy this new camera, and taking a picture or video, and instead of putting it back up, I laid it down on the table, walked away. Next day, it's like, hey, where's my and this was on MSC cruise ship, and I'm not sure where I left it. And they send me a text every day. They keep looking for it. They say they're looking for it every day, and they haven't found it. So did somebody steal it? I mean, maybe somebody found it and they kept it. That's not the norm. That's not what's going on cruise ships. And I think people, if I was to make a video about that, I think people would be like, oh my goodness, I gotta, I gotta hold your, women well, men too, hold your purses tight. If you leave it down for a second, somebody's gonna snatch it up, snatch it out of your hand. There's a con game going on. They're gonna try to trick me out of make me pay for their drink or something. It's not that way. And I really do believe, because of the internet, that people really are afraid. Dark thing, people are easily influenced. Yep, I really believe that. And you can hear the truth. I'm not going to say the truth. You can hear facts and just ignore those facts and still believe what you're going to believe, which I was never like that. It's like I listen. I try to listen to both sides of every story and try to put the facts together. And if this side is like, well, there's no facts, and on this side, oh, here's some facts, I'm going to lean more towards with the facts. And I will say on Carnival, they had increased security, but they had increased security more for the passengers being rowdy than more stealing on the cruise ship, more there were assaults, but were there more, or were they just recorded? Now everybody wants to record everything. So now if I fall up a flight of stairs, I might be on film, because, well, that's what people do now. They where before you never would have done that. I've been on 55 to 60 cruises. I've never seen a brawl on a cruise. I've never seen like an all-out fight on a cruise. I've seen a girlfriend slap a boyfriend for getting somebody's email that they shouldn't have. I've seen people get in people's face because they cut them off or stepped on their shoe. I've never seen a fight. I've 60 cruises. I've never seen a fight. Doesn't mean that they don't happen. And anytime you have young people, not even young people, alcohol, you're probably going to have a fight or two. Is it more than any other place? Because on cruise ships, I mean, you would think the Carnival is being taken over. Every cruise you go on is going to be some major brawl. Because if you look up fighting and cruising, and it shows up on Carnival, this Carnival. I don't see it. I see younger people, and I see people that don't know how to, maybe diffuse a situation as much. But that's what happens with younger people. You live and learn. You go on a 16-day Panama cruise, and there's everybody is 60 and above. You don't see many fights. You do see people getting upset, because somebody cut them off or whatever. You still see that, but you don't get the fights. Kal-El Deli, Superman, welcome in. Appreciate you joining me on the Instagram side. Also, the Traveling Texans, welcome in on the Instagram side. Kal-El says, still in on the ship, they might make you walk the plank. They should. Don't get me going, Superman. People be throwing people overboard and acting like they're innocent. Has it happened? You know, Superman. It probably has. They don't do it on a regular. They don't do it on a regular basis. I'll tell you that. I'd be more afraid here in Detroit, you know, walking in some areas of Detroit than any area on a cruise ship. But like, you know, with any other place, I'm looking at the screen. I'm looking at my Instagram screen. I'm looking like the camera's over here. The camera's right here. I see you, camera. Not once have I had to fear that, oh boy, I shouldn't go in there. I did see one situation, but it was I forget what cruise line, where it could have been MSC. I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to say MSC, but whatever the cruise line was, they had a disco. Wasn't many people in there. There were a few young people and me. And I guess the DJ didn't know how to play good music. I mean, the music was terrible. But what he did was allow the people to do rap battles. And they had a couple of people up there doing rap battles. And they're, you know, in rap battles, you talk about each other and stuff like that. I'm like, you don't do that. No, you can't do that. You can't have, because somebody's going to get upset. Somebody's going to say something that they shouldn't say, or just going to hit home, and somebody's going to get upset. They didn't, but that was my fear. And there was no security. It had to be like MSC. It had to be MSC, because there was like no security there at all in the nightclub. And Carnival, if you travel on Carnival, you know they have security, and they had security on Royal. Even though I've seen security a lot on MSC, it wasn't there. So maybe they haven't experienced any problems in their discos or nightclubs. But yeah, that was only one of the few times that I looked at them like, ooh, this is not going to end well. There wasn't a problem. They talked about each other and they went on their separate ways. I did leave not too long after that, so I don't know how it ended at the end of the night, but I did wind up leaving. Oh, let's see. Keisha, knowing my family has my location via my iPhone and my Life 360 app, no matter where I am in the world, makes me feel safer. Does it? Does that? Okay. Me and you're going to have to talk, Keisha, because if you're on a cruise in California and hubby is in North Carolina, it's not gonna be a whole lot he can do about it. So I mean, does that? But if it makes you feel safer, I guess, you know, it's a Panic at the Disco, but not. Beach Please, welcome in, Beach Please. Appreciate you guys being in here. Folks like the Panic more than the disco. They do. They do. They do. People like drama. People like drama. If there's drama, and I'm one of them, because people get around me, and like if there's a fight, a lot of people want to go away. I'm sitting there watching the fight. You know, as long as I don't become part of it, but I like to sit there and watch the fight. So yeah, people don't like hanging around me when there's trouble going on, because I don't leave. I sit there and watch the fight and talk. But so knock on wood, I haven't run into any problems yet. On the go with YOLO. Blow crap way out of proportion. They blow it way out of proportion. And I see that in everyday living, everyday life, where everything is blown out of proportion, and it drives me absolutely crazy. I'm not a trusting person, so I as I said, I'm from an urban area, so I'm on my P's and Q's, as they say, and watching, and I don't do anything stupid. I go through these ports. Hey, I got a deal for you. Come down this alley. I don't need a deal that badly. You know, I'm down in Mexico. Hey, you want to buy it? No, I don't want to buy anything from you. You know, I mean, if it's a regular vendor right here, nothing where I got to go off the beaten path down some place where, you know, where nobody's at. Now, if it's just a normal regular street, I'm there. A normal regular restaurant, I'm there. I'm not going behind the restaurant to buy something. If I got to go behind the restaurant to buy something, I probably shouldn't be buying it. Ronald Britt. People were bashing MSC. I was Lord of Royal. Tried MSC Maravillia. I just got off that ship. I loved it. And I met you. Oh, Ron. Okay, Ron. I got you, Ron. I was telling you people yesterday. You see, you probably thought I was making this up. Yesterday, I was telling you about a story about I was on there filming something. Because, hey, Ron, believe it or not, my social skills aren't the best. I was filming something, and somebody called my name, Warmstrong. I'm like, who's calling me Warm? Because nobody calls me Warmstrong unless it's like has something to do with YouTube. And it was this young man, Ron. And we started talking for a second. And Ron, normally, I mean, I'm introverted. So normally I say hi and I go back to what I'm doing. But I did try to stop. I tried to introduce myself and talk to you for a second. And I was trying to get better. So it must have worked because you showed up here. So thanks, Ron, for being here. But I absolutely love that ship. And it was a third of the price of a Royal ship. Same for MSA, Margaritaville at Sea. I tried them and had a decent time for $99. Ron, me and you, we're here. I same thing. It's about the people on a cruise, and that's what's so important a lot of times. It has nothing to do with the cruise ship, and I know younger people. My son, he's one. May need more things to do than what I need. I don't need all the flow riders and rope courses and stuff like that. It's nice to have 4 people, but I don't do that, so I don't miss it. And Maravillia, it didn't have like the Aqua show, but they had enough to keep me busy. They need to work on their food options, but nothing's perfect. On the go with YOLO, immaterial accounting speaks. Emily, welcome in, Emily. Carnival Cruise Addict. Hey, welcome in. Tanya, what time is it? 6:23? I am 12 minutes behind. Let me catch up with this. Hey there, Ron. MSC is turning everyone out for a good cruise at a reasonable price, and happy Thursday. Yes, people are starting, and now I've noticed more of the bigger influencers are even coming around, because some of them were the ones they were bashing MSC. And what you have to understand about anything is anybody could have an off day. My quarterback, Jared Goff, threw 5 interceptions in this last game against the Texans. Go Lions. It didn't matter because it's how you finish the game. And MSC is finishing the game strong, my opinion. And I just hope they keep going strong and keep the prices low. Emily says, just walking in. Tanya says, event yours, who's up for Me Now Awards, make sure you go up to the link at the top that's pinned to the top and vote for Tanya. I don't know what category she's in, but when you see the name Event Yours, click on it, unless it's Solo Cruiser or something like that. Go vote for me. Or the best collaboration. Scott and I up for best collaboration. Warmstrong Adventure, this show right here, or not show yesterday, Cruise Talk Live. Let's see. Everybody saying happy Thursday. And we got Scott, are you doing Thirsty Thursday today? Cruz Bolero speaking. Now it might be safer, but I'm not leaving equipment and leaving the location. Not. I mean, it could end poorly for me. I've never had a problem. I've never had that problem. Kal says, yeah, the Lions fans are dangerous. They used to be. Kal, I mean, I don't know if you remember the Silverdome. Oh my, they started drinking at 7 o'clock in the morning, going to a football game. There were fights everywhere. It's not like that now. They slowed down on the drinking and the tailgating and they cut beers off like in the third or into the third quarter, maybe. So it's not as bad. The Pontiac Silverdome was a disaster as far as fights. Kal says, wow, rap battle sounds great. Laughing on my type of party. It was fun, but picture wilding out with no security with people that don't know each other talking about each other. I can see how that could go wrong. And the fact that the DJ couldn't see that, it blew my mind. Najuma Brown, welcome in. And for my Carnival Cruise addicts and Najuma Brown, thank you guys for being members. I really appreciate it. Emily says, somehow my phone put me on this account. Well, Emily, as long as you're here, that's all that matters. Everybody's saying hi. I'm trying not to miss any questions. Don't forget to answer there's a poll question up there. Do you feel safer? And I'm going to get to that in a little bit. Scott, are you going the Thursday today? I thought yesterday you said you were going Thursday. I didn't see an ad for it though, or a thumbnail for it. But if you are, make sure you post it, Scott. Miss Tanya, I leave my bag before my equipment on a cruise. Yeah, I don't. I try. I've never had a problem, and maybe I should be taught a lesson. And I don't leave anything. I don't leave anything of value long. It's like, go to a restroom, step up to a bar to get a drink or something like that. I don't leave it. I'm not put it on the lounge chairs and around the pool and go away for 2 or 3 hours. So yeah, I've never had that problem. TJ's Destination. I feel safe on a cruise being a solo cruiser. I haven't experienced anything crazy yet. And see, being a solo cruiser, you want to save your spot. If I don't leave something there, my spot is gone, and I may have the perfect spot, and I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that spot, so I have to leave something there. And usually, I have my backpack on or one of those little nylon little bags, and I'll leave it there. I try not to have too much in it. The one thing that I won't leave though is my phone. My phone is my lifeline. The phone numbers, the Ubers, the whatever I have to do, my flights and all that, everything's right there in my phone. So I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that because it's just too disruptive to life. The camera, yeah. I mean, I don't want to lose the videos, but I'm not worried about that too much. On the Go with YOLO, I've seen a fight and it was on RCL. I think fights can happen anywhere. I was on a royal ship and I literally thought my son and I were going to get into a little altercation because the elevator was crowded. I'm in the back. My son is like right next to me, but then there's an older lady, older than me, behind me with her daughter. And this guy was coming in, and I guess he's been waiting for a few elevators, so he's forcing his way in. And people say, "Hey, there's a lady back here," and he was like, basically, he didn't care. He was getting on the elevator, so I threw an arm up, just trying to make sure they couldn't come back too far. But just the attitude was bad, and nothing else was. I mean, nothing else was really said about it, but it was like that could have ended poorly. See it with C. I've never seen a fight either, but woke up the next day and heard about a scuffle from other cruisers, but I'd never witnessed one. And yes, I'm sure there are scuffles, there are fights, but the brawls that you see on those aren't normal. But because you see them so much, and every YouTuber who like does the news, they'll show clips of it over and over and over and over and over again, and it seems like it's the norm. And I truly don't think it is. Keisha, I've only been on 5 cruises. I've never seen a fight. Saw security running, but never heard or witnessed anything going down personally. Nope. I've seen people being drunk and disorderly. And security, I'm looking at security because a lot of them are look like really short people. I'm like, how are you going to break this? How you going to handle this guy? How you going to stop this fight from happening? And I sit back and watch, but nope. Security's always come. Carnival, they've actually learned how to use security now. The last cruise I went on with Carnival, and it was the 16-day Panama cruise. And a lot of elderly people, they didn't need it, but they had security at the midnight buffet or the late buffet. They had 2 people security at the nightclub, so they had it there. And around the ship, I noticed that security, they were walking in pairs. A lot of times before, they used to walk like one person. They were walking in pairs. So I don't know if they've hired more security guards or they actually have the security guys doing something. Emily says, I would hope to be safe on a cruise. Nothing happened to me on my cruises, my cruise in 2019. There was not a fight on the Dawn. I will be on the Epic in March. Keep you posted. Please do, Emily. And I'm sure you won't have any problems, Emily. Cruise ships are like small cities. They are going to be bad actors on board, just like they are on land. There's really, I mean, unless you're unless you're a wanted felon or something like that, I mean, they're not going to stop you from boarding the cruise ship. You know, they might get you when you get off the cruise ship. No, come on board. So I'm sure there's a lot of, bad actors that go on cruises. But generally, when you're on a cruise, everybody's looking to have a good time. Everybody's looking to have a good time. Now people do this, and this is going to be probably the topic for whenever I get back off my cruise. We'll talk about it later. But just the what's the protocol for showing respect on a cruise? And the last 2 cruises I've been on, I've noticed like something that it bothered me, and it has to do with elevators. You know, people always talk about elevators, letting people off the elevator. So when I see an elevator, I step back, I let people get off the elevator. Okay. Now, what I'm seeing now in the last 2 cruises, and I've noticed it a lot, and it wasn't like a one time and it was, and that was it. It happened a lot of times. And I don't know what's going on, why, but people be on the elevator, the doors are open, nobody gets off. You start to go on, now they want to get off. And it happened. I mean, it's like if you push, the 12th floor, pay attention. I mean, I know the squirrels in the brain, some people's brains, they might stop running for a little bit. But if you push 12, watch the floor. When it turns 12, be ready to get off. I mean, when people are literally splitting, they're dividing like the Red Sea to let you off, and you don't get off, people assume you're not getting off. We get on, and now you want to get off. And that's a personal pet peeve. I will talk about that on the next show. Event yours, I haven't seen anything crazy on a cruise ship yet. I have not seen anything crazy about it. I've heard crazy stuff. When I did a cruise to Hawaii, when we got to Honolulu, we couldn't get off the ship because there was a possible domestic where both of them didn't get off. So the police held up the debarkation in Honolulu for like a half an hour, 45 minutes while they did their investigation. If you let my husband tell you, he's seen a few things, but that's only because he's looking for with his nosy tail. Me and Timmy in the same boat. I think I'm like cruising with Timmy or traveling with Timmy, because me and Timmy are in the same boat. I always look around. I'm like, oh boy, this is nice. Look at the boyfriend girlfriend. That's going to end poorly. And you can see them going back and forth, yelling at each other. I had one guy, and this is kind of getting off the subject. One guy, were they married? I want to say they were married, but maybe not. And the guy was just rude, and the girl was a little overweight, and he said something like in front of a lot of people, like, that's why you should be getting up in the morning doing some exercise or something like that. And she broke down and started crying. And I met the couple, and I would talk to both of them, and I talked to him for a little bit. It's like, dude, you can't be saying stuff like that. You encourage people. You don't break people down. She actually went and got her own cabin. They didn't get into this. They didn't get into a fight or anything like that. But if you say something so badly that somebody doesn't even want to be in the cabin with you anymore, there's an issue there. Okay. That sounds like a bad idea. And I'm so far behind. I don't know. I've heard things about Detroit that I would never think about being worried about here. There's IU. Yeah. I mean, Detroit's a big city. That's any big city. You come to Detroit, you'd be like, hey, I didn't see any of that. Now, if you wanted to see some of that, I could take you to where it happens. We can hang out late at night at Greektown where all the young people are at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I can take you to where you might see something, but I mean, normally if you came to Detroit, you wouldn't see anything unless you were looking for it. Kal-El, wow, Billy, you got a packed house. Packed house. Thanks everybody here. Appreciate you being in here. Hit the like button. I haven't been even been keeping track. Hit the like button if you haven't done that already, please. I appreciate it. And if you're new here, thank you for being new here. And if you like what you're hearing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps me out. I've crossed over to 2,000, which I'm going to try to have a giveaway for 2,000 one of these days, whenever I get done cruising. But I appreciate it. Working on that 3,000 now. Got a long way to go, but that's the next goal. Hit the like button. Oh, thank you. Dark Theme. Unfortunately, when you have thousands of people in the setting, there are bound to be some bad there will be. And you're going to have people that don't see life the same way, because people do have bad days, and they may not be as polite as what you think they should be with the pleases and thank yous and stuff like that. I just let it go. I'm here to have a good time. I'm not here to argue and fight. Toya, my sister made it in the house. Welcome in, Toya. Thanks for being in here. I got to call you. Call me. I got to call you. Someone call me. Everybody saying hello. It really does. He got people all over the world at the ready. Elisa, welcome in. Appreciate you being in here, Lisa. Be careful. Don't get into no Make America Great Ball. Kal-El, the last cruise I went on, I sat down and I had a conversation with a lady, a political conversation, which I never do on a cruise ship, but she brought it up, and I had to say something, and we had a very, which I thought was a very friendly conversation. Her and her husband went to go get a drink or something, but we had a conversation I thought was very friendly, and they never spoke to me again on the cruise. It was like 6 more days, and they never spoke to me again. They saw me, they never spoke to me again. And I'm like, wow, what did I say? Shades Adventures, welcome in. Appreciate you being in here. Everybody saying hello. Kal-El says they always did, like, even at the cinema, they cite the reason for not having urban movies because it attracts gun violence, yet war movies and mass murdering movies get no flack. Yes, but some of the urban movies, they attracted a certain crowd, which I can kind of understand that, because they did have, and I can't think of a movie offhand where like a younger crowd. I mean, it wasn't the material in the movie, but it was the people that wanted to see that movie. And like in Detroit, maybe you had gangs, and you get gangs that go there at the same time, and it creates a problem. I don't think the media really is like the influence for the violence. I mean, America has always been violent. I mean, we can go back to Al Capone and all of them, and St. Valentine's Day Massacre. There's always been a ton of. I mean, we can go back further than that, even more violence. So it's always been a violent place. But I can understand not wanting certain things at your theater, because it could cause a problem. Not saying it's right, but I can understand it. Keisha's husband might be Liam Neeson from Taken. You never know. You never know. He may make something happen from North Carolina to California. You never know. You don't take for granted. Don't take for granted, people. People don't take for granted. You'll be surprised at things that people can do that you don't know about. Just trust me. You don't let this cute face fool you. Kelly, I remember mass shooting at Batman. Do you think that would stop them from having it show? So yes, they blow it out of proportion. Yeah, but usually those aren't the movies. Batman, that was unusual because you don't expect violence with that movie. But some of these other, and Kal-El, I mean, we'll talk about it. I know you do a lot of movies, but some of the urban shows, they pick like gangs against gang, and the gangs want to go see it. And I'm talking about how Detroit was. I still went there. I didn't go late at night, but I still went there to see the show. But I can understand it. Keisha, well, as long as you can fit in the door, you should be okay. What? I probably missed something there. Share Adventures. If I didn't say hello, welcome in. Hey Billy, I have to go vote every day on that Google. Do I? No, you don't. You should be only able to vote once. And I haven't tried it again. I mean, you're voting a lot. I mean, you're. I didn't think you could do that because I'm sorry, I did. I hit it again to get the link, and it said I've already voted. So I don't know if you can vote again or not. But no, you just vote one time. Kal-El, appreciate it if you voted for me. I appreciate it if you didn't vote for me. Andre Southgate. Andre, he's my boxing guy. Andre, he doesn't know it, but he's made me money. He knows everything about boxing. If you ever have a question about boxing. So Andre, I'm going to ask you, hopefully you're still here because I know I'm behind. I'm 15, 20 minutes behind. Andre, if you're still in here, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, what do you think about the fight? Scott, okay, Scott, drop your link. Okay, drop your link if you're here. And I'm running through this real quick. Rap battles are good until mama jokes. Yeah, they really had some jokes. And it was like, oh, this is going to end poorly. And of course, I didn't leave right away, but I did have my camera at the ready just in case. Thursday will start in 20 minutes. Wow, 20 minutes. No, people, it starts in 5 minutes. And I don't have the link. I should have had the link, but I don't have the link. Oh, Ross, welcome in. Appreciate you being in here, Ross. Scrolls Nest. Did I miss Scrolls Nest? Welcome in, Scrolls Nest. We carry a Kevlar nylon beach safe that we can lock down our valuables in and lock it around the beach chair. See, I don't take anything to the beach that I need to have locked down. You know, I keep a little waterproof little pouch or something. Worst thing they're gonna get from me at the beach is gonna be it's gonna be my carnival towel or whatever kind of towel I have. Janice Shear, welcome in on the Instagram side. Appreciate you being in here. So yeah, no, I mean, any place I got to lock things down, I don't take. I try not to even take that on a cruise ship. Ron says I put a deposit down for Icon. My wife made me cancel it. She said we could get right. Okay, I do want to go to Icon, Ron. I'm not gonna lie. I do want to go on it, but when I look at the price, I can go on two or three other cruises at least, maybe more. If I look for a sale, and Black Friday is coming up, so I'm looking for sales. But yeah, when I look at the price, and I don't think I'll have more fun on that. And my favorite ship of all time was Utopia of the Seas. I thought that was the greatest ship ever. So I'm assuming Icon is like that, maybe even better. Scott says, make sure you to minimize and hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button. Appreciate it. I think the Icon would be like that. And I think Tanya, Event Yours, has been on it. And I'm one of these days. It's just hard for the price. It's just hard for me to pull that trigger when I can get on 2 other cruises for that price, 3 other cruises for that price. The algorithm will show you that one fight, tell your brain program and to think that it's normal behavior on a cruise. Yeah. And it's not, and that was the whole thing I wanted to talk about here was that's not normal. Destination Fun, welcome in. Appreciate you being in here, my friend. Just trying to get to the in the Encore behind me was pushing their way through me and to get off the elevator. That was crazy. And where we were all getting off, I was in an ankle high boot and she knocked me down. I got up and yelled, thanks. Yeah, I mean, people are rude, and we're going to be talking about that. As far as courtesies on a cruise ship. Hi, big brother, and my grandson's going on a cruise. my grandson going on a cruise at the end of the month for a week. He's 12. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, he's going. She's his great auntie is 80. I'm not sure what ship they're going on. Find out. Let me know. Find out, Toya. Maybe we can all get together and do it like a little group cruise. Jennifer did that with her family, and we had a lot of fun. Her husband got it in my face and said, "What in the effing malfunction?" I said, "Your wife knocking me down," and told him just to move along and be patient. Walked away. I mean, people are rude, but that would cause a fight. But that's not the norm. If you had punched him in his face, that wouldn't have been the norm. But I think most people would have understood it. Jared Talks, welcome in, Jared. I still want to catch up with you, Jared. As far as doing an interview, Big Family Expedition, welcome in. Appreciate you guys being in here. And again, if you're new here, don't forget to hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And if you like what you're hearing and want to hear more about it, I'm going on a cruise Saturday. I'm gonna be going live on here and on TikTok. So hit the notification bell so when I go live, you'll know it. Emily just reminded me about the poll, so I'm gonna go take a look at this poll real quick. And let's see how the poll did. Before we head over to Thirsty Thursday in a couple of seconds. Do you feel cruises are safer now than before? 74% say yes. More dangerous now than before, 26%. So you got a third of the people, quarter of the people thinks it's more dangerous. And I just wonder why from those people, that is it because of what they see, or is it something that they experience on a cruise ship? And that was out of 31 votes. So thank you guys. Thanks for taking part of that poll. Give me 1 second. Bear with me. I am going to get the link for Scott's live real quick. Hopefully he's live so this pops right up. Of course not. Where are you at, Scott? I don't see it popping up. But no, I do appreciate. You know what? I'm more concerned as far as safety on a cruise ship is. I'm more concerned about the health aspect of it, and which I didn't really get into here yet. But I'm more concerned watching the number of people that don't wash their hands. I'm so glad, like Royal, they have somebody there to washy, and MSC, they have somebody there, but they're not into it like Royal is. People wash your hands. I'm more concerned about that than anything else. Okay, I got it. Copy. People, I am posting Thirsty Thursday for Scott. What I just posted was for Scott. Make sure you head on over there and support Scott Thirsty Thursday. I am getting ready to get off of here myself, and we're going to continue this conversation as far as safety on cruise ships and what to expect on a cruise ship. Toya, I want to talk to you, and we'll talk this cruising and make sure everything goes well for the family. So thanks everybody for coming in. I appreciate it. I am going to get ready to get out of here. I don't know when I'll probably be Cruise Talk Live next Wednesday at 7 p.m. is probably the next time that I'm scheduled for a live. So that'd be the next time I go on, me and Scott Cruise Talk Live. But I'm going to pop up live sometime during this cruise. So make sure you check it out. I'm trying to put out some videos from my last cruise and just hit the notification bell. That's the best way to do it. Hit the notification bell. And I appreciate it. So I am going to get ready to get out of here. As always, at ending the lives, and that, how is that poll even come about? As far as what, Emily, I don't know. I will talk to you later. Send me a message and I'll reply to it. Make sure you stay strong and embrace the journey. And I am going to be out of here. Talk to you soon. Deuces.
Doom, 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 doom.